Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Aquarius for 2011. And this also applies if you have an Aquarian ascendant. So, my dear Aquarians, your ruler, Uranus, changes sign this year in March. And you're probably going to feel that quite greatly because it's moving from Pisces into Aries, which is a time of action. And you are going to really be ignited into feeling that this is your action year, particularly after March, once it goes fully into Aries, which will make a sextile with your sun, which is an easier aspect than it has been for a while. So this year is going to be very greatly about yourself, your self-development. Your finances are going to come under a huge aspect chain for all of this year. Your relationships, learning, your home and your family. So let's start out with where Saturn is in your chart this year. Saturn in the 9th house. So this could mean that you undertake a very serious course of study, or that you may find yourself giving a course of study or creating your own structure for giving some kind of a course or teaching other people about something that you know. It also could mean that you have to travel, but more likely for business than for pleasure. With it being Saturn, it's usually involving responsibilities. So you may find yourself traveling, but it will probably more than likely be involved with your business or your professional life. Now, we've got Pluto in your 12th house. It's going to be there for many years. However, what this means, my dear Aquarians, is that it's very important that you go inside, that you take time to look at maybe your failed relationships or actions that you weren't too happy about, and that you really look at them instead of trying to push them under the carpet, these unpleasant experiences that maybe you've avoided looking at. While Pluto is in this house, this is the time to really look at them and learn from these experiences. So that when Pluto comes into your first house, several years away, but when it does, that you feel empowered and you feel strong and you're not avoiding anything. You haven't avoided things. If you face these things head on and you learn from these experiences, then you'll come through this much stronger. So don't avoid the unpleasantness. Now, we've got Neptune in your first house for the beginning of year until April, and then from the end of August until the end of the year. So what this means is that you've still got this magnetism around you, Aquarians. You've still got this ability to draw people in, but you're also on some level confusing people. You're not really clear about your persona. Maybe you're different with different people, but maybe too different, and you're causing a little bit of confusion here. And maybe people don't see you as clearly as you'd like them to. This is, however, quite a nice aspect because nonetheless it does draw people to you. It will draw friends to you. What you need to be careful about this aspect is that people don't become dependent on you, because it really arouses quite a deal of compassion inside of you. And from that, people feel that, and there could be people who, like hangers-on, who need you. Also, conversely, you need to watch out that you're not too needy of somebody else, that you don't become dependent on somebody who's really helping you with your direction in life. It's important that you're able to cut those bonds and move freely into your own ideas, because Aquarians, you are totally different. You are one-offs. You are the one sign in the zodiac that we do not dare lump together with anybody else, or we will offend you deeply. Now, let's come to your finances, because we've got a great deal going on in this house of finance for you all year. We've got Neptune there between April and August, and we've got Jupiter there for the first half of the year, and Uranus is there as well until March. So I'm sure you've already been experiencing this, but there is instability with your finances. No sooner do you think you've got a hold on it, and off we go. It's like being on a roller coaster. Ideally, what you need to do is stay flexible during this time, be open to new ideas and new opportunities, because having Jupiter there, you're lucky because it brings you that little bit of good fortune. Even when everything looks maybe dire, looks as though things are really serious, because they could be very serious, particularly with Neptune there. Neptune can indicate losses, severe losses, and having just to have the faith to know that things are going to work out somehow, even if you can't work them out in your mind. You are a mind sign and you like to be able to try and work things out. You're not going to be able to work things out terribly logically. However, Uranus there is going to give the ability to come up with new ideas, new money-making ideas, and think outside the box. It's your ruler. So you should be able to come up with some new, even off-the-wall ideas that you might like to try out. However, with Neptune there, I must really caution you, no gambling, no speculation, and there is the possibility that other people can really deceive you and take advantage of you financially. With Uranus there, this indicates sudden windfalls, sudden losses. Can go either way. So try, if you can, to live frugally if you need to, pay off your debts, but at the same time work with all this new Uranus energy that will be coming to you in this house of finance. We've also got Uranus from March coming into your third house, and Jupiter is there as well from February onwards. So what we've got here is a big focus on learning, and also your environment's probably going to be changing. You may find that you move. There may be a move from one neighbourhood to another, or the people around you change. You've got new friends, new people, new community around you. It's a wonderful time for undertaking a course of study, for learning something new, something that you're passionate about. And with Uranus there, anything connected with science, with technology, with astrology, with the metaphysical subjects, be a wonderful time to think about earning your living through any of these areas, because the Uranus-Jupiter will sort of give you a boost in these areas. So anything that's advancing your learning. Now, important with Jupiter there is not to be too optimistic, not to make too grandiose plans and then feel disappointed. No, make your plans, but don't try to be realistic with these plans as well, so that you don't end up feeling disappointed and dejected and then not feel able to move forward. But certainly Uranus coming to Aries in March will feel like a boost to you, particularly on the mind level. Your ideas should really be just shooting forth, and you'll probably feel more excited about the kinds of things you're coming out with. After June, we've got Jupiter coming into your fourth house. This is when you're going to be needing a feeling of security and stability in your home. It's a wonderful aspect for anything connected with home and family. If you need to make peace, if there's been some arguments, if there's been discord, this will be a great time for the second half of the year to iron things out. You also may find yourself buying a piece of property or a piece of land. Jupiter in the fourth house often indicates ownership of something tangible. But certainly a feeling of needing more stability in this area of home. It can, of course, mean a move. Certainly can mean that many of you will feel as though you need to move and expand out of where you are and explore new horizons. For those of you looking for love, great times are going to be March of this year when Venus is in your sign, and around mid-December to the end of December and also into 2012 will be great times for those of you who are looking for a love relationship. At the beginning of the year, from middle of January until the end of February, we've got Mars in your sign. This is going to be a real turbocharge for your energy levels. So really use it well. And if you really need to push yourself forward and out there, this will be a wonderful time to do it, my dear Aquarians. So there you have it. That's the year ahead for you. A lot of focus on yourself, bit of self-searching, great deal of focus on possessions, and you may find that your attitude towards ownership changes. Your values change. Your need for so much money may change. There'll be a lot of change in this area of finances, values, possessions, assets. You're certainly going to be learning something new. This is on the cards. Could be some travel for business, and also the possibility of buying somewhere of your own, or at least feeling more settled in a home of your own. So I wish you a wonderful 2011. Hope it's happy, healthy and prosperous. You might want to order a reading of what 2011 holds in store for you. Or maybe you'd like to ask a question for $25 with just the main points, and I'll answer it in an email of up to 150 words. Anyway, I would be delighted to hear from you, and I would wish you the most wonderful 2011. Thank you for listening, and thank you for all of you for the wonderful comments that so many of you make. I greatly appreciate it. Bye for now.